Italy's banking sector is in big trouble and the country's largest bank is taking drastic action. UniCredit is planning to raise nearly $14 billion through the sale of new shares, the biggest of its kind in Italy. Now, the bank only has a market capitalization right now of around $15 billion. It says it will use the money to help wipe out most of its bad debts of more than $18 billion from its balance sheets. And it'll cut another 6,500 jobs on top of planned reductions, meaning 14,000 jobs in total will be lost by 2019. That's a tenth of its workforce. Let's go to our editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, who's just live for us in Paris. Craig, you've been having coffee with the former president of the European Central Bank, I understand. What did he tell you about Italy's banking crisis?
Well, Jean-Claude Trichet said, we're going to have to wait and see. He said, look, Italy is in chaos. Can you hear that giant sucking sound down there? This is what's going on there, and everyone's holding on for dear life. Fact, 17% of Italy's bank loans are sour, which is 10 times higher than the current rate of bad bank loans in the U.S. Now, what's going to flip everyone out here, at least I hope it does, Matthew, the worst case scenario of bad bank loans in the U.S. was during the 08-09 financial crisis, and that was only 5% of the loans. So Italy is in very tough shape. And what we're talking about today is that UniCredit is going to repackage by bundling about $18 billion in bad debt. Now, what does bundling mean? Well, we're going to put it in securities and we're going to try and sell it to someone. And I asked Jean-Claude, well, who's going to buy this? And he smiled and he said, someone will buy it because UniCredit can pull it off, but Monte Paschi, the other bank we've spoken of that's in trouble, he doesn't think they're going to be able to pull off a recovery, and that they're going to have to go, Italy's going to have to go to the EU for a waiver that will allow the Italian government to sink money into the banking sector to save it.
I don't suppose he explained what the difference was between the two banks, did he?
Well, he said that UniCredit is much more robust, that the systemic problems in UniCredit are not as great as in the other banks. And one of the reasons for this is that, you know, Italy has more banks than it does pizzerias. And there needs to be consolidation of what you have. And this is a clarion call for these banks to start to consolidate, which UniCredit has already started to do. But Jean-Claude said by no means, Matthew, is this a done deal?
Right.
You know, as you said, they're cutting 14,000 jobs.
I'm going to ask you one last question, Craig.
Look, this is not a... Yeah, go.
Just really quickly.
Go.
Why are the bank managers so bad at giving out loans compared to, say, the United States or anywhere else? What's going on? Don't they do their research?
Oh, Matthew, if we had the answer to that question, we would not be working here. That's the mystery question. It's the twilight zone in Italy right now, and because of these bad loans, what they're faced with is a cleanup operation that is the financial equivalent of cleaning up what happened at Chernobyl.
Okay, Craig Copetas in Paris, thank you very much for that. I wonder who picked up the bill, you or Jean-Claude Trichet. Never mind, we won't find out.